Welcome to the 2-Minute Disciple Podcast with your host, Nick Euler, where we slow down with Jesus one passage at a time. Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. I'm Nick and it's an honor to be here with you today. Today is August 24th. Each day we follow a simple rhythm. Slow down, read, notice, reread, meditate, respond, and exercise. Let's begin. Jesus is here. He's sitting in your favorite spot, waiting for you to join him. You may have a million things on your mind, but for these few moments, set them aside, relax, calm your body. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, then slowly release it. As you inhale, whisper, Jesus, you have given me responsibilities. As you exhale, pray, help me to be faithful. Do this 3 times, then rest in his presence. I'm reading from Luke chapter 12, verses 41 to 48. Peter asked, Lord, is that illustration just for us or for everyone? And the Lord replied, A faithful, sensible servant is one to whom the master can give the responsibility of managing his other household servants and feeding them. If the master returns and finds that the servant has done a good job, there will be a reward. I tell you the truth, the master will put that servant in charge of all that he owns. But what if that servant thinks, my master won't be back for a while, and he begins beating the other servants, partying, and getting drunk? The master will return unannounced and unexpected, and he will cut that servant in pieces and banish him with the unfaithful. And a servant who knows what the master wants but isn't prepared and doesn't carry out those instructions will be severely punished. But someone who does not know and then does something wrong will be punished only lightly. When someone has been given much, much will be required in return. And when someone has been entrusted with much, even more will be required. What hits you most? Is there a phrase that jumps out to you? Hold that phrase gently before the Lord. Hear this passage again and pay attention to what Jesus requires of his servants. Peter asked, Lord, is that illustration just for us or for everyone? And the Lord replied, A faithful, sensible servant is one to whom the master can give the responsibility of managing his other household servants and feeding them. If the master returns and finds that the servant has done a good job, there will be a reward. I tell you the truth, the master will put that servant in charge of all that he owns. But what if that servant thinks, my master won't be back for a while, and he begins beating the other servants, partying, and getting drunk? The master will return unannounced and unexpected, and he will cut that servant in pieces and banish him with the unfaithful. And a servant who knows what the master wants but isn't prepared and doesn't carry out those instructions will be severely punished. But someone who does not know and then does something wrong will be punished only lightly. When someone has been given much, much will be required in return. And when someone has been entrusted with much, even more will be required. Peter asks a great question. Is this just for us or for everyone? And Jesus answers with a parable that makes it personal for every one of us. He describes 2 servants. Both have been given responsibility, both know what the master wants, but they respond very differently. The first servant is faithful and sensible. He does his job, he feeds the other servants, he manages well. And when the master returns, whenever that is, he's found doing exactly what he's supposed to be doing. The reward? The master puts him in charge of everything he owns. The second servant makes a dangerous assumption. My master won't be back for a while, and that assumption changes everything. He starts abusing his position, he mistreats the other servants, he parties, he loses himself in comfort and self-indulgence. And when the master returns, unexpectedly, as masters do, he's found doing exactly the opposite of what he's supposed to be doing. The contrast is stark, and the principle is clear. Faithfulness is not about what you do when the master is watching. It's about what you do when you think he isn't. And then Jesus says the line that should make all of us pause. When someone has been given much, much will be required in return. We have been given much. We have the scriptures. We have the Holy Spirit. We have access to Jesus that previous generations could only dream of. And with that comes responsibility. Not to perform for approval, but to be faithful with what we have been entrusted with. The question isn't whether the master is watching. He is. The question is, what will he find when he returns? Take a few moments to reflect on this question. What has God entrusted to me, and am I being faithful with it right now, whether or not anyone is watching? Jesus, you have entrusted me with much. Help me to be faithful, not just when people are watching, but in the ordinary, unseen moments when only you see. I want you to return and find me doing what you called me to do. Help me to be a faithful and sensible servant. The rush of life will meet you again when you leave this sacred place, but you can carry this moment into your day by forming new habits. Today's habit, faithful in the unseen. Today's habit is an act of private faithfulness. Identify one responsibility God has entrusted to you that you've been neglecting. Something you know you should be doing, but have been putting off because no one is holding you accountable. It might be a relationship you've been neglecting. It might be a spiritual discipline you've let slide. It might be a calling you've been ignoring. It might be a person that you've been given influence over who needs your attention and care. It might be a stewardship of money, time, or talent that you've been managing poorly. Write it down, be honest. Then ask yourself, am I being faithful with this because the master might return? Or have I been assuming that he won't be back for a while? Bring it to Jesus and pray. Jesus, you have entrusted me with. I've been neglecting it because no one has been holding me accountable. But you see, you know, and you are coming back. Help me to be faithful with what you've given me. Not to earn your approval, but because I love you and I want to be found doing what you called me to do. Help me to be faithful in the unseen. I have two asks of you before you go. Could you please share this podcast with one person today and check out the review of this podcast on Elevate Society? That's your 2 minutes with Jesus for today. Now take what you've heard, share it and love it. Till next time, keep slowing down, keep listening, and keep walking with Jesus.